Good morning, everyone. Hello to you all, or to some of you. Maybe some. Oh God, maybe some of you don't want to say hello, and that's better. Maybe some of you don't want to say hello, and that's fine. I will merely acknowledge you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. We're having a nice time. Speaking of nice times, I'm mildly festive. Last week I wore the festive ones, and this time I'm like, how about just a little green? You know, there'll be some red, I'm sure, at some point, and some green. I thought this was nice. It worked well. I didn't want to beat people over the head with it. Oh, there's so many people here already. Heroine says, and I'm back. Merry Christmas. Now, about the Beauty and the Beast character, yesterday I read books, love adventures, live in the enchanted castle with the household service, and dance with the beast. Also a prince, I'm Belle. Well, I guess there's no need to explain that comment. Ty said, greeting and salutation, RJ. I hope you're well and keeping warm this morning. Merry last Sunday before Christmas. Yes, I'm well aware. And then Ty said, do you, by any chance, have a green screen in your house? Well, in many ways, I'm wearing one. But it's funny you should ask because I actually just returned a green screen a couple days ago. I was working on, we'll say, an untitled project that this is no longer happening. I did not like the green screen at all because I do not have enough space where I film to light the green screen a certain way and then light myself. So I have to light myself like I light a green screen. And the way you light a green screen has to be just really bright and flat. And it makes me look horrible. It gives me no depth or dramatic flair, which bothered me. So once I realized I didn't need it, I was like, let's just bring it back. And if I need a new one, I'll hunker down. Hanker down? Batten down. If you don't have any hatches, do you batten anything? Do you batten anything up? So anyway, I did have one. I don't have one now because I really have no need to use it. Frank B. Zagatti said, happy TLC, everyone, and you will not catch me on the TLC watch along tonight because there isn't one. I don't know why. I'll be watching. People will, I assume, be watching along with me. Maybe if you move next door and you put your cup to the wall or something, you can hear me. That's the best way you can watch along with me this evening. RJ Ramos is here, and he says, howdy. Ah, yes, the other RJ. Well, hello to you, sir. Clint is here, said, hello there, RJ. Merry Christmas to you in there. You don't say in there. It makes me feel like I'm trapped in this screen, like I'm a Max Headroom character, which, to be fair, I kind of am. Missy said, good morning, everyone. Leo said, do you know the Mel Smith and Kim Wilde version of Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree? Not only do I not know it, I don't know Mel Smith and or Kim Wilde. Sorry, it was I had kale chips before, and that was a kale chip. You ever, especially now, when you cough, you got to explain it. When you cough, people look at you and they're like, what was that? Like, why did that happen? You need to tell me immediately, and I'm going to judge you. Ty said she's doing well. Great. Leo said, good, whatever time it is to all. It's 2:30 p.m. over here in England. Well, it's 9:32 a.m. on Sunday morning. I assume, Leo, it's still Sunday. It's still I assure you, it's still the kale chip. Don't judge me, please. Okay, gamer. Well, hi to you. And you dropped the wonderful coffee time emoji, which reminds me I should make coffee at some point very soon. Oh my God, I missed so many comments. Positively E said, hey RJ, why are you in the dark? I'm not. It's light. Missy said, Merry Christmas. I'm putting all my requests in at once. All I want for Christmas is you, Last Christmas, and Funky Christmas. I love All I Want for Christmas Is You. The wonderful, wonderful Mel Torme song. So let's start with that. I don't want a boat. I don't want a car. I don't want a single stinking shoe, bum, ba, bum, bum, because what I want, dun, 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 all I want, dun, 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 all I want for Christmas is you, but dun, 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 dun. I don't want a house, dun, 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 dun. I don't want a coat, dun, 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 dun. Don't tell me why. Dun, 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 dun. And don't leave a note. Dun, 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 dun. I want something. Dun, 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 dun. Or else I'll be blue. Dun, 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 dun. Because all I want for Christmas dun, 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 is you. That was All I Want for Christmas by Mel Torme. Oh, Last Christmas. This is such a weird song. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. This year, save it from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save it from tears, I'll give it to someone special. See, what happened is, so I guess maybe they proposed or something, or they hooked up on Christmas. What are they doing? It's some like a Christmas nightclub thing. And they spent the whole Christmas together the day. And then the 26th comes, Boxing Day, goes, kicks him to the curb, your cab is here. And he was so distraught for a whole year, and he hasn't gotten over it, that he's now planned to find someone else on Christmas just to tell the previous person that person is special. Doesn't sound like the special person, because you're not talking to him, you're talking to the shitty one. You know? They always like the bad boys. Oh, and Funky Christmas. Yep, love Funky Christmas. One of my favorites. This Christmas, boom, 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 bam, 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 bam. It's kind of junky, bam, 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 bam. It would be better, boom, 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 if it was a little funky, boom, 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 boom. It would be a lot better, dun, 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 if it was funky, funky, dun, 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 funky, funky Christmas, funky, funky Christmas, funky, funky Christmas. Funky, funky Christmas, funky, funky Christmas, funky, funky Christmas, funky, funk, dun, 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 funky, funk, dun, 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 funky, funky Christmas. As I believe it was like George Clinton, but he was good. Leo said, RJ, can you do an interview with Joe Dombrowski where you eat ravioli the whole time? Maybe perv over Kelly too. I would love to. I love Joe Dombrowski, and also I would do a lot more interviews with people if they offered me free pasta while I was doing the interview. I would be like, I'm there. Where is it? Just send me the address. Mel said, Merry Christmas, watching the ads. Give me a minute. We're so far behind. I sung so many songs. David is here. Uncle Christmas himself. Sean said, Christmas already. It's 5 whole days away. My apologies. Hey, sorry. I'm all hot now from singing. Spot Center said, beat people over the head with it as he tugs his underwear. Oh, nice lighting. Everyone likes the lighting now. Everyone's saying Merry Christmas to David. He said, I'm watching with Gus and Charlie, so let's not work blue. I can't remember if I did that yet. But hello, Gus, and hello, Charlie, and the merriest of Christmas to you from your Uncle RJ. I hope you've been good. I got your father a pair of Bozo water skis this year. I don't think they're operable, but boys, they'll be fun to look at. So enjoy. Lady. Positively E said, when are you going to get some tribal tats? I have them. You just can't see them. There's some, oh my goodness. There's so many. Dear Lord, let me get, okay. So much going on. SM said, welcome, Gus and Charlie. David Leonard is here. Hello, everyone. Let's get to work. We have another request. Silver Bells from Spot Center as sung by the Muppet of your choice. It would be Wayne from Wayne and Wanda. Let me see if I can, let me indulge me here as I bring up the lyrics. I want to do this justice. Okay. Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day. That part I knew, the rest I forget. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, And on every street corner, you'll hear, you know how annoying it would be to hear on every street corner, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Hear them ring, ding-a-ling, soon it will be Christmas Day. I took a walk on the ending there, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Nell said he's singing Last Christmas like I would sing in a church when forced to join, but I really don't want to. Ty said the faces you have to make your voice go high. It's because I'm a real artist. David said your Last Christmas was wonderful. Last Christmas, I saw you on what? Maybe the 27th or something? Remember we wrestled and then we had a fun hoot. We had a hoot. Oh, okay. Parnell says, please sing I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Let me get the lyrics. Please indulge me. Okay. And I'll do it as Frank Sinatra because I don't want to go so high anymore. It's ruining my pipes. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. I don't want a doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. Oh, I want a hippopotamus for Xmas. I don't think Santa will mind, do you? He won't have to use our dirty chimney flute. Just bring him through the front door. That's the easy thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morn, creeping down the stairs. Oh, what a joy and a surprise when I open up my eyes to see a hippo hero standing there. Oh, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. No crocodiles, no rhinoceri. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Mom says the hippo would eat me up, but the teacher says a hippo is vegetarian. I would like to take this moment to point out that they do attack. And I knew someone who was attacked by one, and it didn't go very well. Just because you eat, like turtles eat leaves, but they will snap your hand off. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can see me now on Christmas morn creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy and what surprise when I open up my eyes to see a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I want it. I really, really want it. You get the. I don't want a doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy, which is illegal in most states. That was I want a hippopotamus for Christmas with feeling. Neil said, do you recognize me? It's been a year. It doesn't surprise me. Who here looks like a completely different person than they did last year? I think I've looked relatively the same since high school at this point. Val said, this is the best New Kids on the Block has ever sounded. It sounds so funky. Missy said that was the best $20 I've ever spent. Yolanda is here just in case I fall back to sleep. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Yolanda. David said, why are you speaking to David's children like you're an old age pensioner? Because I basically am one. RJ said, is this Val Pancakes from Puff Stream? I believe it is. Can you sing my favorite Christmas song, Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis by Tom Waits? From a hooker in Minneapolis. Let's find out what this song is. Hey, Charlie, I'm pregnant and living on 9th Street right above a dirty bookstore off Euclid Avenue. And I stopped taking dope and I quit drinking whiskey. And my old man plays the trombone and works out at the track. Why make up lyrics when these are the real lyrics? And he says that he loves me even though it's not his baby. And he says that I'll raise him up like he would his own son. And he gave me a ring that was worn by his mother. And it takes me out dancing every Saturday night. And hey, Charlie, I think about, oh, Charlie, look, you're in this. Every time I pass a filling station on account of all the grease you used to wear in your hair. Charlie's hair isn't that greasy. And I still have that record of Little Anthony and the Imperials. But someone stole my record player. How do you like that? Hey, Charlie, for Christ's sake, do you want to know the truth of it? I don't have a husband. He don't play the trombone. And I need to borrow money to pay this lawyer. And Charlie, hey, I'll be eligible for parole come Valentine's Day. Dear Lord, that was a disaster. Never heard that before, and I have a feeling I never will again. Spot Center said, what's the worst injury you've seen at a show you were working on? My emotions. Me going, what am I doing here? I think hurts most of all. When I look in the mirror, I go, oh my God, these are your choices? Ty said, at this rate, he'll never make coffee. I know. I have more requests. SM wants a 60-second scene. You have a strong suspicion your French press is haunted. You cautiously press, fearing a ghost demon will enter you upon first step. Well, thank you for giving me reason to actually press the press. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. And here we go. We are friendly. We are friendly. Do you have a name? How did you die? We are friendly. Okay, it's going. Shh, just go quiet. He can't hear you. We just want to take a picture of you. We are friendly. We are friendly. We are friends. We are friends. We are friendly. We are friendly. It's going to be okay. We are friendly. Okay. I think we did it. Oh my God. You see it moved there because it was haunted. You see, it was a poltergeist. I only have so many special effects. And scene. Very nice. Good work, everyone. Leo has another 60-second scene. You're a history teacher doing a shoot interview with an alt universe where teachers do shoot interviews instead of wrestlers. So my history teacher is letting it rip. I tell you, there was one kid in class, and we were talking about the Roaring Twenties, and he said, you know, why do they call them the Roaring Twenties? Were there lions? Did they bring in lions? And I didn't know what to say. What are you going to say to the kid? And, you know, I was nice at the time, but I knew that that's not a kid that I could deal with the following year. So, you know, I played politics. I went to the principal and I said, maybe this kid would be better in another class. Maybe Spanish is his forte. You know, maybe he should look at it that way. It's certainly an option. And then the next year he wasn't there and I didn't hear from him. And I mean, I hope he's doing well. Like, tensions were running high for me at the time, but I certainly wouldn't want to work with him again. Let me put it that way. He didn't deserve to be in my class. And scene. Positively E said, is the Tom Waits thing a real song? It sounds like an ordeal. Yes, I read the lyrics. You can look them up. Spot Center said, pigs in a blanket never sounded appealing. It's gross. Like, obviously, like baked hot dogs sounds a lot more fun than pigs in a blanket. Also, ants on a log are disgusting. I understand the ant part, but the log part, you know, is just green. A green that's moss covered. It's disgusting. Sink said, Tom Waits is like method acting, but for music. Krampus is coming, said, haunted by the ghost of instant coffee. Okay, Gamer had a quote, how did you die and are you a boy? It must have been a male French press. Ty said, and then he screams like an elementary schooler while ripping his earbuds out. Yeah, every time I play like Phasmophobia or In Silence, any of the scary games, I'll just rip them out. Spot Center said, is the table game Don't Break the Ice? What? In the table game Don't Break the Ice, the plastic figure sits on a chair as you break the ice around him. What did he do to deserve such fate? You don't go on the ice. You don't go on the ice. He tried to be a big shot who's trying to impress his friends. It's always a recipe for disaster. Matt Camp is here, who will also not be watching along with me this evening. He said, Principal Vern? Yes, this was a high school in Minnesota. And then he asked me to break the student's leg. He offered me 10 grand. Ty said, very nice callback to your new character, Teach. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm working on this new character. It's like a cool teacher kind of guy. Like, let's not talk about lessons and things. And he sits backwards on the chair and he's like, let's just rap. And not rap in the hip-hop sense, rap meaning colloquial. Sean said, I bought myself a Quest 2. What do I do with it? I would direct all your queries towards Jessamine Duke. She seems to be most adept in the virtual realm. I'm barely adept in the reality realm, let alone virtual. What do you do with it? You put it on your head and you let it rip. And you're going to freak out for the first couple minutes. So take it easy, please. Spot Center said, wrestler Will Allday says he can go all day, but most wrestling shows are at night. Advantage for the opponent after sundown? I wanted it where my gimmick was that I only wrestle matinees. And it's either a show that starts at 2 p.m. or I'm not doing it. Leo said 60 seconds. You're a fan of AEW shows desperately trying to sing along with Chris Jericho's entrance, but has no idea what the lyrics are. Okay. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's let her rip. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. This year, save you from tears. Give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, gave it away. This year, save it. Give it to one that don't. It was kale. I had a kale chip earlier. And scene. Katie said, Matt, we need an emergency TLC watch-along scheduled with the two of you. Matt Cam said, RJ decided we're going to have a text-along. That's what I said. Matt was like, maybe we could, there's a other way. We can, like, rejig a watch-along, you know, amateur style. I'm like, that's just, I mean, that's like texting. So we'll text along, and then I guess no one else will be texting along. I don't want to tweet along. It's too obnoxious to tweet along. A text along, I think, is better. And if there's anything good, we'll publish it, I assure you. But if you don't hear from us, we did the text along, but nothing good was said. So, whatever. And we'll be texting Santino Marella, too. I'm sure he'll just pop in and he'll go, hey, what's going on, guys? And then it'll say Santino Marella left. Clarence said, hi, RJ. Good morning, buddy. My new briefs are coming tomorrow, but I'll wait until Christmas this Friday to open it and wear them. I need your honest opinion about it. It's about the person, Clarence. Spot Center said, Jesse from Full House or Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard. Could these two characters be switched between the shows and go unnoticed? I think it would make Full House a far superior show. Sean said that one kale chip can't have been worth all this. It just flakes. Deb said that Matt Camp is Judas, courtesy of Dave LaGreca. Silver pieces, go get them. I knew it was you, Matt Camp. Val said, can you just watch an old watch-along with the show like it might work? Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I think most of my comments, I try to keep it as general as possible so it could be repurposed for any show. Oh my. Well, that's bizarre. What will happen now? And you can really watch it along. I should just tape one, and then you can just play it through every show you ever watch. Oh my. Please sing The Holly and the Ivy, sung by Roger Whittaker. Let me look that up. Holly and the Ivy. Let's see if I remember this. I've never... Oh my God. Well, I don't know the melody, but let's let her rip. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. Already to rhyme. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir, also doesn't rhyme. The holly bears a blossom as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our dear Savior, doesn't rhyme with flower. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer and the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir, the holly bears a berry as red as any blood, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do poor sinners good, also doesn't rhyme, and is way too heavy right now. The holly bears a prickle as sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on Christmas Day in the morn. Finally, one rhyme. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer and the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir, the holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall. And Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ. That's why people say sweet Jesus, because of songs like these. For to redeem us all. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer and the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. Jesus. Major FOMO, you're killing me. Sam said, hey, everyone. Sean said, that's a turn. Aaron said, Annie Lennox, the holly and the ivy, has a place of honor in my festive playlist. I'll tell you something. She must have been okay with not rhyming at all. SM said, are you familiar with the song Dominic the Donkey? Ching-a-ching, yes, I am. I believe Lou Monte sang it. And I believe he also sang Peppino, the Italian Christmas mouse. So Lou Monte really had the market cornered on Christmas animal cartoons and songs about them. Spot Center said, I watched the first ever Laverne and Shirley show 6 days ago, and I still have the song High Hopes in my head. Do you have a song you turn to for inspiration? I have a bunch. I have multiple playlists. I feel like for my members at some point, I will just like post my playlist of like what I'm listening to. What song do I turn to for inspiration? I like Kodachrome by Paul Simon. I also like Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. Speaking of Annie Lennox, I think it's fun. I love, it's so bad and I love singing it. Rain or Shine, but by Jerry Lewis. I'm gonna love you, and it makes me very happy. Oh my God, and anything by Ethel Merman. She's like, come on, get out of bed. So they cut your foot off. Let's still go have some fun. She's like the ultimate person. Speaking of old stuff, I did want to talk about this because it's, oh wait, hold on. Oh God, let me look up the lyrics. Fucking shit. Dominic the Donkey. Okay, SM requested. Oh, God, it's so bad. Hey, chingity-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw. It's Dominic the Donkey, chingity-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw. The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 da 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 da. La 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 da da. Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey you never seen him kick. When Santa visits his paisans with Dominic, he'll be, because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy. Chingity-ching, it's Dominic the Donkey, chingity-ching, the Italian Christmas donkey, jingle bells around his feet and presents on the sled. Hey, look at Mayor Derby's on top of Dominic's head. A pair of shoes for Louis and a dress for Josephine. The label on the inside said they're made in Brooklyn. Chingity-ching, it's Dominic the Donkey, chingity-ching, the Italian Christmas donkey. Children sing and clap their hands and Dominic starts to dance. They talk Italian to him, and he even understands. I don't know how. Cumeris and compadres do the Italian tarantella when Santa Nicola comes down and brings the Chucharel. I don't even know what that means. We got the gist. Chingity-ching. The Italian Christmas donkey. It is real. Nails, look it up. It is real. It is so real. RJ Ramos joined Citizens United. Bless you. And thank you for uniting, and enjoy all the emojis you can now use to spam the chat. Please enjoy it. Bless you. And now people will welcome you into the cult that's not a cult, I promise you. Aaron wants Earl the Christmas Squirrel. One of my favorites. You think of Christmas animals, you think of the ox and lamb who kept time. You think of Dominic the donkey, and you think of Earl the Christmas Squirrel. Who's that coming over the hill? Could it be a girl? Who's that coming over the hill? Is that person wearing pearls? Oh, it's not a person, it's my mistake. For a second I thought it was Milton Berle, but now I know who it is. It's Earl the Christmas Squirrel. Have you got any nuts? He said in his voice, and I ran over to the pantry. Have you got any nuts? I'm very hungry. Please go into that pantry. Why would I say pantry when I know it doesn't rhyme? Are any of you a fan of my favorite comedian, the man named Milton Berle? I said, no, we're not, but it's nice to meet you, Earl the Christmas Squirrel. And then he grabbed all my walnuts. He grabbed all my almonds. He even grabbed my pecans. And he ran off and turned around and said, I'll see you later, mans. There he goes. Watch him as he goes. He's Earl the Christmas Squirrel. There he goes. Watch him as he goes. The best squirrel in the world. Jesus. Singh said, songwriters really be out here writing about random animals and then just saying it's a Christmas song. That's for sure. Let me fucking have some shit. Let's do the bulletproof. We haven't done it in a while. Let's give it a good knock. Give it the old what for. There we are there. Oh, nobody can see. I'm sorry. Let's give it a nice hearty pour as we think about Earl the Christmas Squirrel, one of my favorite songs as a child. Growing up, I love when people say my favorite songs growing up as a child. As opposed to just being a child stuck in complete infinity of youth. I do want to talk about something else today because I can't stop saying it. So I follow this Instagram account, and it tells me what old celebrities died on this day in history. And I love it because not only obviously old celebrities, but they also tell you how they died. So I'm crazy about it. I love it. And so I was looking like 2 days ago, and there was this guy who died, and his name was Cyril Richard. He died like maybe 30 years ago. And I saw his face, and when I saw his face, I went, oh my God, I know that person. I don't know what I know him from, but I know that person. I know that face. So I clicked on his hashtag Cyril Richard, RITCHARD, Cyril standard spelling. And it turned out he played Captain Hook in the Broadway version of Peter Pan with Mary Martin as Peter Pan. But that was like the big hit version. And then they turned that into, I believe, an NBC musical special. And that's what I have the VHS of. So that's where I know him from, because I know the whole thing. And so now I ended up watching basically the whole movie. And he's this insanely ridiculous Captain Hook. And there's this one part in it, and I can't stop saying it. It's in my brain now, the way you would listen to a song you're in love with. I'm now in love with this. So he's in the woods for some reason. I don't know why. I thought he was mainly on a ship, but he's in the woods. And Peter Pan, who's played by a woman, mind you, playing a young boy. She's in the woods, and she's calling to him, I guess to fool him, to make him think she's a woman. She is, but he's playing a he. So she's like, whoo, 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 like that, right? And he goes up to the camera, and he goes, Sorry, hold on. It's a lady. And I cannot. And then she does it again, and he's all overcome, and he looks back to the camera and he goes, "It's a beautiful lady." And I have not been able to stop saying, "It's a lady." It's the funniest thing to me. I do not know why. Well, I do know why. It's an insane way to act. Why are you talking to the camera? Who is excited to see a woman that way? You're supposed to be, I guess, a pirate lusting after her. But then, and this immediately like childish and weird, this grown man child. It's a lady. And you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Also, the best part is it's a lady playing a young boy playing a lady. And you're like, I don't know. All she has is like a shawl over her head. And she's like, woo-hoo-hoo. I think it's probably still on my Instagram story. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should just post it again. Hashtag Cyril Richard. It's a lady. And now I'm like just fucked. Because every time I'm on the street or something, or somebody says hello to me, I'm going to turn to them and say, it's a lady. It's a beautiful lady. It's just not the way any human being acts. And then I was looking up, of course, Cyril Richard. And he was in, there was also an NBC musical of Aladdin, which I didn't even know was a musical. And when I say musical, I mean like it was the 50s. It was like black and white. Like this was not Disney. This was like an Aladdin musical way before all that shit. And then now I gotta watch it. That's what I'm gonna do after this. I'm gonna watch this Aladdin. Are we talking about Mitch Hedberg? Yes, he was wonderful. Spotsy said, favorite freeze-dried fruit. You know, my grandmother used to freeze grapes, and then she would suck on them like as a mint. You know, like a little after-dinner snack that's not too filling. And I loved them. They were very good. Also, cherries. Like those black cherries. And I'll put a little stevia and salt on them. And then wait till they thaw out a little. Oh, you said freeze-dried. I'm sorry. I was thinking of freeze. I like freeze-dried mango. I'll go with you there. But it's just so high in sugar. Spot Center said, remember the Frozen guy in Goodfellas? Not only do I remember him, Spot Center, I follow him on Instagram. You should too. His name is Frank Sivero, Sivero. And he posts the most ridiculous. It's just like your grandfather is leaving you a voicemail. That's kind of what it's like. And he'd be like, hey, Quesarich, it's me, Frank Sivero. You may remember me from Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, Frankie Carbone, Quesarich. And The Wedding Singer, I played the brother-in-law running around with the little kids. Anyway, I'm here on the West Coast. And it's hot. It's kind of a dry heat. I know it's a little colder on the East Coast. Anyway, continue to follow me, real Frank Sivero, at Frank Sivero. Thank you. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever you happen to be. And sounds like a parody, but that's like basically a word for word of what he says every time. And if you don't believe me, go look and you'll be like, oh, okay. This is not a takeoff on this character. This is just whoever this is. Positively E said, you have Instagram? I guess so. I don't know what the hell else I'm on. Positively E said, just so that, what? Sean said, isn't Mary Martin the mother of one of the male leads on Dream of Jeannie? I didn't know that. I'm going to have to look that up. We're going to have to, good sleuth work. I'm very proud of you. Ty said, when he's on the street, like he's working the corner, you know me, I'll go down the street. I like to go to the hat store. Singh said, I know who Cyril Richard is because my grandmother saw him in something, and Australians love to tell you about what Australian actors are in. That's true. He was Australian. He seemed to move to the U.S. maybe in his 20s, and he won a Tony for playing Captain Hook in that musical. It's so funny. I'm so glad I posted that. Spots to understand, when was the last time you made yellow snow? I really am not out of the house that often. I would say, but definitely within the past 5 years. SM said, remember to press the like button, guys. Thanks. So I didn't have to do it. I appreciate you. Ty said, frozen grapes are great. Nail said, frozen grapes and lime juice apparently taste like Sour Patch Kids. Or you can just buy Sour Patch Kids. Krampus is coming, said, a dear student from our high school would go around saying that all of the time. Oh, beautiful ladies. So it's delightful. It's catching on. Maybe this is my new, you know how Val Venus had like, hello, ladies, or maybe it's just I come to her and I go, see someone in the front row and I go, it's a lady. Like he's never seen one ever. Leo said, the funniest wrestlers are you, meaning me, Ryan Nemeth, agreed, and Gregory Iron, agreed. Which other wrestlers do you think are funny? Psycho Mike Rollins, if you are not familiar, please get yourself familiar. He's hilarious and quite frankly, too good for wrestling. That's my opinion. Luigi Primo is another wrestler who I think is hilarious. And a person who I haven't met, I have no reason to like or support him yet. I'm just like, I'm a fan. Danhausen, I don't know. But Van Velzen is a riot and a menace. Daniel said, well, RJ, snow is what happens when God gets drunk and leaves the freezer open. Thanks, Dad. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sean. Okay, sorry. Who said Larry Hagman before? I was very confused. WJ Lepetamate said Larry Hagman is Mary Martin's son. Holy shit. I did not know that. Speaking of, you shouldn't swear around children. There's a child here besides Gus and Charlie named Dex. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. RJ, in a world of Paul Heyman guys, are you a Casey and Finnegan guy or a Bert and Ernie guy? I'm a Bert and Ernie guy because, first of all, they were like the Sesame Street version of Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy to me, and that was fantastic. Number one. Number two, Casey and Finnegan. Casey, they would not let us. We found a cardboard cutout of Casey at CBC, and they would not let us use it in an episode of A Cynical Crafter. So I have a grudge against the Mr. Jessup estate. Spot Center said, what happened to the end of Dave Allen's finger? I used to watch him on PBS, maybe? I don't know, but he should stop pointing with it. Daniel said I should do it like Tom Jones. Whoa. It's a lady. Kate said, kids love when you put grapes on a skewer and freeze them. Yeah, kids love pointy frozen things. Have your kids not seriously injured themselves? RJ Ramos said, I love a Luigi a Primo, and so do I. Red Dog said, C4 some kind of energy drink, yes. Sean said, Johnny Swinger's pretty excellent. I will agree with that. Spot Center said, Psycho Mike is a genius. What's in the box matches? Sean said, John Silver is killing it. Missy said, Psycho Mike's work with The Rock is some of the best stuff I have ever seen. Leo said, I saw a photo of Danhausen with no makeup on. It was like seeing Larry David with hair. Weird. And I know exactly what you mean on both accounts. And I can confirm that. Hold on. I got these things on my feet and then they sprung off because I'm getting so excited doing my ever in demand Cyril Richard impression. Ty said, I never watched Sesame Street. I refused to watch children's shows as a child. That's why you're so snobby, Ty. Uh, 60-second scene from Nails. This is a deep one. Nails has been working on this one for a while, obviously. 60 seconds, you're Joseph, and it's your work Christmas party. It's, like I said, gathering of carpenters. And your wife, Mary, keeps trying to embarrassingly bring up the Immaculate Conception. Okay, 60 seconds. Okay, but we do it too. Not like we don't. It's not like we don't do it. We do. It happens a lot, and it could have been that. It could have been that too. We do a lot. Man, sometimes I do it so much that you get sick of doing it because you've been doing it all the time, sawing wood and then sawing wood, and we just doing it because sometimes you just is full force. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna love the child anyway, as if it was my own. And scene. Great job, Nails. Daniel said, all these people with such misguided hatred for giant yellow bird and imaginary mammoth as they sit here in an Oscar the Grouch shirt. Everyone's having a nice time, obviously. Leo said, I actually am currently using Sesame Street bed sheets. They are flannel and warm, and I won't be banging anyone anytime. You may find a gal who has the same wistful nostalgia as you do. It's possible. Heroin said, have you ever seen Frozen? I have not. Red Dog said, I love Sesame Street. I love the pinball animation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teeny little super guy, Grover, Bert and Ernie, and the Grouch. I also loved the stop motion animation orange that sang opera. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I think she sang Carmen. Sink said, I like going back and watching old Sesame Streets where they are teaching kids the letter E by having a character that is a shady salesman. Psst, wanna buy an E? I love that. It was the best. I have a acquaintance, and it's not really a friend, an acquaintance who works on Sesame Street. Sometimes I'll just scroll her Instagram, and I'm terribly jealous. This whole episode is just me talking about being on Instagram. What's going on? They're kicking all sexy people off? There's no sex going on? Are they going to kick me off too? It's stupid. Let people be weird. Leave them alone. None of your business. Whatever. That was my pointed rant. Ty's quote is, I'm going to love the child anyway. George said, I'm going to love the child anyway. Bravo. Thank you. Speaking of George, it's coming along swimmingly. The documentary, which I'm sure is great, and I look forward to not enjoying watching it. Alley Cat is here, and she came to fight because I think I upset her with my usual joie de vivre, and she wants to take it up in a matter of fisticuffs. Fisticuffs? Is that what people are saying now? Yeah, I'm not. What did she say? Stick to the gifts. So Alex, this is the way it works. I will do nice poses like this, and then Nails, usually, who's in here, will make the gifts, which then you will see and go, I hate this person. I must fight them. Val said, I went to a museum exhibit last month, and it was all Jim Henson. It was a lot. Yes, Val, you showed me, and it was so nice. I can't wait to go. I'm going to weep. Joe said, Dave Chappelle changed my views and said, remember in like the 90s, early 2000s, every comedy show would do like an adult parody of Sesame Street. Or also, you would go to a mall, like every mall has like one, I guess it's like a kiosk, even though I hate that word. It's like that pop-up in the middle of the mall. And it'll just be all novelty shirts. And there would always be like Oscar the Grouch smoking weed. Or like Big Bird with like bloodshot eyes. RJ Ramos said, sex is not real. I agree. Krampus said, yes, the singing orange was amazing. I also like Cab Calloway and Smokey Robinson's appearance. I think it's like the first episode of Sesame Street. And it's Stevie Wonder. And he does a wonderful version of the Sesame Street theme song. And it is insane. Is that really a thing, said Nails? The Sesame Street E? Do Americans call ecstasy E like they do in England? Yeah, I think so. But not then. Not when they did the Sesame Street sketch. Ty said, RJ is canceled because of too many thirst traps. I agree. And then everyone drowned. Val said, I mean, I'd say RJ is objectively sexy, but doesn't say so many unsexy things that it balances out. I hope so. That's what happens every time. So I'll end this stream and then I'll go and YouTube will be like, this isn't monetized because this is probably weird penis business. And I'm like, no. And then I have to hit request review and they watch it. So some guy's got to sit through me going, it's a lady. And he's like, all right, fine, you can monetize it. Steven said, Allie is love, Allie is life. Where did we go? So busy here. Nell said, as long as your face is pretty and sarcastic, I will make gifts. I cannot be stopped. Sean said, Stone Sesame Street. Yep. Mark said, what's a mall? Apple Butter said, a guy named Pimp Daddy Welfare made a song called Elmo Pimp's Hose many years ago. Well, it's a very successful song. Speaking of, David said, I have a swap meet t-shirt with Marilyn Monroe and Tupac. Yet, that's such an unextraordinary item in your closet. But I look at it and I go, of course you would. Like, why wouldn't you? Is my question. And what do you do? We should have a real swap. Because I think I have some shirts that you would be interested. We should film it too. We should have like me, you, and like Dalton or something. We should have a swap meet. Although, do you wear tank tops? I mainly have tank tops, and then I wear them so often. The next season, I want them out. Rye said, I still love any appearance by Buffy St. Marie on Sesame Street. Paul Simon had a couple good appearances, too. W.J. Lepetopotomi said, Stevie singing Superstition with Ray Parker Jr. on guitars. Probably the best live musical act. I will watch that. Allie said, they probably all have holes in them. Are you talking about my gifts or my tank tops? A 60-second scene. Val has a 60-second scene of the YouTube guy that has to review your video again. So this is like, oh, David's just chanting swap, which I don't think has the connotation you intended. Okay, this is the guy reviewing my video. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Oh, is he going to show his penis? Oh. Just make the coffee already. Just make it. Why are you on? Just do it. Yes, enough people don't like your videos. You're not getting the support. Yes, no wonder. It's a what? Oh. Okay, we got it. It's a lady. We got it. Hey, lady, we're aware it's a lady. Oh, my God. This is over. Please just flash something so we can kick you off. Please. It would be amazing. Whatever. That was the person on YouTube who has to sit through all my videos. Daniel said, SM said, I want a David Arquette shirt of him sitting on his giant chair. David, do you realize the giant chair scene from the documentary is the one that everyone mentions is your giant Lily Tomlin chair? Ty said, exactly. Just make the coffee already. Leo said, did you hear that? Inspired by his friend Billy Corgan running the NWA, Mark McGrath is buying Wrestling Society X. The X is very extreme. I'm actually, again, signed to the AWA, and our new creative director is Michael Stipe. David wants a squat. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait 5 minutes. And now David is chanting, chair, chair, chair. Why are you chanting here? You're the one who owns the chair. Rye said, is that David Arquette seen in the documentary, in the RJ City documentary? You Cannot Kill David Arquette? Unfortunate name for an RJ City documentary. Mine is called You Can Probably Kill RJ City. Please kill RJ City. Daniel said, what if you combine the coffee and the lady? Ooh, it's a latte. Nail said, then the reviewer calls up RJ to confirm his identity for the channel and hears his real accent. I'm like, yes, thank you. Stephen Free said, remember that audio track that was on Napster that was Kermit and Big Bird smoking weed? I do. What was that, like a Jerky Boys album or something? Remember the Jerky Boys? I downloaded Kick My Dog like 100 times. Daniel said, yeah, Stephen, Sesame Street. What? Katie said, YouTube guy. Does he actually wrestle? I don't. Allie said she's on to my accent. I talk more like this. It makes me. That's when I go to my choir practice. I talk more like this. Sean said, really encroaching on the American songwriter, revivalist, wrestling promoter. Well, what are you gonna do? Krampus said, I was seriously considering a career in pro wrestling. Name an entrance song, Orange Crush by REM. But what would your look be? That's my... Remember the kid in school? He would always just eat orange shit. He would always have like orange Freezies and Cheetos. And they would always be an orange soda. And he would just always have orange on his fingers and orange in the corner of his mouth. Where I said, P.S. I truly do adore David Arquette. Don't we all? Spot Center said, I saw a guy lose a cell phone in a match. Was he in the match or was he a fan? Somebody took it. Nail said, Van Velzen has the best entrance theme. I love it. Daniel said, be a Christopher Walken-based wrestler who demands more cowbell from all of his opponents. Missy said, Cheeto fingers gross me out. They should. It's gross if you're not grossed out by that. It's very disgusting. Rye said, you briefly sounded like Snidely Whiplash. Is he from Tom? What am I thinking? Oh, he's from Rocky and Bullwinkle? Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, no, he's from Dudley Do-Right. Yes, I see how this works now. And I can't remember how he actually sounds. So now I can't do it. Krampus said, I basically look like one of Rainbow Bright's besties. Singh said, is this a school archetype? I don't remember that kid with an orange obsession. I do. Does anyone else remember the orange kid? Leo said, Cheetos are called Watsits in the UK and smell of bum. That part I agree with. Nail said, did you watch Danhausen's debut? I didn't, but I gave a call to Dave. And I said, you're making a big mistake. Nail said, Leo, I miss Watsits. Wacky, what are we... Is this just a comment generator? Val said, yes, he's Dudley Do-Right, which was part of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I see. RJ Ramos said, I am the orange kid. Spot Center said, the cell phone just fell out of his gear. It wasn't part of any skit. I guess he was afraid to leave it backstage. To be honest, it's pretty like, I should really lock my bag up tight. I've been far too lax. And then like, there'll be like one show and 8 people will get shit stolen. We're like, oh yeah, okay, this is a horrible idea. Daniel said the lady that did the voice for Tommy's mom on Rugrats also played the principal on Parker Lewis Can't Lose. You know who voices Tommy's mom? It's a lady. Singh said RJ's market is apparently orange kids. Krampus said Kel loved orange soda. That's true. Heroin said bah humbug. Dear Lord. Mark said, remember the orange kid that used too much Easy Tan. SM said, Nail said, did anyone steal the phone? Well, to my knowledge, no. SM said, curious if anyone else used Earth Apple as an insult this week besides me. I have a feeling, SM, that you were perhaps the only one. There's delightful stuff coming up on my videos this week. More Battletoads, another Hollywood Square Circle on Christmas Day. My members will get them early and you will enjoy it. And then Wednesday, to my Key to the City members, will be the open question call for the Q&A, the last one of the year. And don't be sad that the year is over because the years are just numbers and shit can be shit at absolutely any time in history. I hope you remember that. Let me do the squat for David so he gets excited. Here we go. A nice spin and a good hearty squat. Oh, look at this guy. He's going all the way. Godspeed and God bless. It's a lady.